Listen up, folks, it's 2026, and Antarctica is still one of the hottest topics on the internet. Forbidden continent? Massive ice wall holding back who knows what? Or just the last true wilderness protected by treaties? For years, decades even, people have whispered about why access feels so controlled. TikToks, YouTube deep dives, and late-night rabbit holes keep serving up stories that blend real history with wild speculation. Today, we're laying out the claims, the documents, and the questions neutrally so you can decide for yourself after it's all said and done. This video only shines a light on the theories brought forth today. Buckle up because this one is gonna get super duper spicy laced with extra hot Tabasco sauce. Let's start with the big one, Antarctica itself. The Antarctic Treaty, signed in 1959 by 12 nations and now with dozens more, says the continent is for peaceful science only. No military bases, no resource grabs, inspections allowed for everyone. Sounds cooperative, right? But critics point out the restrictions, permits needed, environmental rules, massive logistics. Why so many rules? Official answer: to protect the fragile ecosystem and prevent a free-for-all scramble. Yay, okay, right, sure. No, what are they really hiding? An ice wall edge? Hidden lands? Advanced tech? Or, maybe just keeping billion-dollar resources under wraps? Tourism supposedly exploded with over 100,000 visitors in recent seasons. That said, take it with a grain of salt. Supposedly, these are said to be cruises to the peninsula. People go, take photos, live a stream. Yet videos keep claiming you're not allowed there. No, surely the younger generation of viewers knows this Oliver Tree guy. He took a crew and they ventured to Antarctica. Which honestly had me cracking up. Because you have to think, no, how in FK is this guy allowed to travel within the region without any pushback from the military that are said to be guarding the region from travelers? Well, it turns out Tree went there earlier back in 2023. And if that's the case, then all of that just a planned event from the get-go? And who told Tree it was okay to come down there then? Because the Arctic Treaty doesn't play favorites. It's supposed to apply to anyone who attempts to travel to the ice continent, or is that just for the masses and not the gatekeepers? Okay, let's move on to the ice wall theory. In flat Earth circles, Antarctica isn't a continent at the bottom, it's a giant ring of ice surrounding a flat plain, holding in the oceans. Some tie it to old explorer accounts, like James Clark Ross describing a massive barrier of ice. Modern supporters say flights are limited. No one can just sail straight across the edge, and satellites are faked. On the other side, ships have circumnavigated Antarctica. Expeditions cross it. Scientific stations dot the map. The wall descriptions often trace back to the Ross Ice Shelf, a huge floating ice formation, not an infinite barrier. Flights over parts happen, but the debate rages on forums and shorts. This is where it gets electric. People aren't just theorizing. The connecting dots across history. Take Auguste Piccard, the Swiss physicist and balloon pioneer. In 1931, he and Max Cossins rose over 16,000 meters, 53,000 feet, into the stratosphere in a pressurized gondola to study cosmic rays. Reports from the time described the Earth below as looking like a flat disk with an upturned edge through their small portholes, with a hazy blue atmosphere. Flat Earth researchers love this quote. It seems to support the idea that from extreme height, things look flat with boundaries. Skeptics will just up and say, at that altitude, curvature is gentle and hard to spot clearly from a small window. Piccard's own later writings and work treated Earth as a globe. Was it a literal observation or atmospheric distortion? The quote lives on in debates either way. Speaking of high-altitude weirdness, remember those YouTube shorts making the rounds? One features an airplane pilot, call him the airplane avatar, talking straight to camera to a group of curious 20-somethings. He's casual, seemingly confident, dropping that from his cockpit views. The Earth looks flat, horizons stay level, and the math doesn't add up for a spinning ball. The kids are nodding, asking questions, phones out recording. It's raw, unfiltered, and it spreads like wildfire. Moments like that make people pause and wonder, what if our everyday senses are telling a different story than the textbooks? Al right know we hit the rocket science and dark history. Don Petit, veteran NASA astronaut, gave a famous talk on the tyranny of the rocket equation. He lays out the brutal physics. To go faster or higher, you need exponentially more fuel, which needs more fuel to lift. It's a tyrant of numbers. Some see this as proof that chemical rockets struggle for true space travel. Others say it's exactly why we use stages, refueling concepts, and why progress is slow but real. Failures and insufficient intake comments in old footage get clipped and analyzed endlessly, legitimate engineering headaches or signs of something deeper. And we can't ignore Operation Paperclip. After World War II, the United States secretly brought more than 1,600 German scientists, engineers, and technicians, including Wernher von Braun, the V-2 rocket genius, to America. Many had Nazi ties. The goal: beat the Soviets in the Cold War space and missile race. Von Braun later led Saturn V development for Apollo. Supporters call it pragmatic genius that got us to the moon. Critics call it a moral stain importing expertise built with slave labor and overlooking pasts. Did these minds bring advanced knowledge? Or help craft an entire narrative? The program is fully declassified now, but the what-ifs remain fiery. Even Amelia Earhart got pulled in two. Some claim her round-the-world flight routes make more sense on Gleason's azimuthal map, the famous flat Earth projection. Others say her navigation logs and planned paths align with globe distances. Her disappearance adds mystery fuel, accident, spy mission, or something concealing map realities. No smoking gun, just persistent questions. Voices like Santos Bonacci and guests on shows with Ricard Voles keep the conversation alive, blending ancient cosmology, magnetism, hidden continents, and critiques of mainstream space agencies. They argue the system discourages independent verification. Detractors say these models face inconsistencies with daily observations like star trails, flight times, and GPS. Yet the suspicion grows. Why does deep space feel so hard to reach independently? Why the reliance on government and billionaire programs? Is it physics? Or control? Look, these ideas have circulated for years. Balloon pioneers, Nazi rocket legacies, pilot testimonies, Antarctic restrictions. Some see a grand cover-up protecting a different Earth model. Others see fascinating but misinterpreted history plus tough engineering realities. Tourists keep visiting Antarctica. Rockets keep launching. Balloons and planes keep flying. But the questions? They refuse to die. What do you think? Have you seen that airplane pilot short? Pickard's quotes? Drop your strongest evidence or biggest doubt in the comment. Subscribe if you want more neutral deep dives that don't shy away from the fire. Stay curious. Question everything. The truth is out there somewhere between the ice and the stars. Until next time. I'll see ya in the next session. So if you liked what you saw and heard today about this informative topic matter, then smash that like button. Make sure to subscribe to Mind Blast Mechanics, where we dive deep into the observations that matter. We'll get back to you as soon as possible. If you have a question to be answered, don't miss our next video, so make sure to tap that bell. Thanks for watching.